Okay, good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? How's everything going?
Good afternoon, teacher.
Hello, Nady. Are you fine, Nady? How's everything with your studies?
Teacher, I am very fine.
Okay, that's nice to hear. What about you, Sebastian? Can you tell me what did you have for breakfast today? What did you have for breakfast today? First of all, did you have breakfast, Sebastian, or not?
Good afternoon, teacher. Estaba lento mi internet.
Okay. Probably it's mine. No, it's not mine.
¿Me podría repetir la pregunta, teacher, por favor?
Yeah, sure. Did you have breakfast today?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What did you have for breakfast today? You remember what did you eat? What did you drink?
Sería I ate bread and chocolate for breakfast.
Okay, I ate. It's perfect. I ate bread. So chocolate, did you drink a cup of chocolate, a glass of chocolate, a bowl of chocolate?
Milk with chocolate, teacher.
Okay, but did you drink in a glass, in a cup, in a bowl? How do you
In
drink?
a cup.
Okay, so we're going to put it that I ate some bread, sorry. With a cup of chocolate. Okay, can you repeat this, please, Sebastian?
Okay, teacher. I ate some bread with a cup of chocolate.
Okay, yeah, that's it, right? If you want to make it more completed, so you can say today for breakfast. But that depends on you. Thank you, Sebastian. What about here, Abigail? Abigail, did you eat something in the morning, in the whole morning? Not only in the breakfast, but during the whole morning, did you eat something?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, what did you eat?
One apple.
Okay, I ate one apple. That was it? That was everything?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Fernando? Did you drink water today?
Yes, I drink a lot of water today. Mm, why did why did I go jogging in the morning?
Okay, perfect. So we're going to remember how many glasses of water did you drink. So first of all, yes, I did. What is the past of the verb to drink? You remember the past?
Drunk?
Perfect. So I drank. You remember how many glasses? ¿Se acuerda cuántos vasos tomó de agua o?
Un litro.
Okay, so you drink a bottle. I drank a bottle of water. While I was jogging today in the morning. this? Please, Fernando.
Yes, I did. I drank a bottle of water while I was jogging in the morning.
Okay, perfect. That's it, right? So, remember when you have the question with did, si la pregunta siempre empieza con did, acuérdense que es una pregunta cerrada. We have to say yes or no. Yes, I did. No, I didn't, right? And then if you want to give more details, so we're going to say, yes, I did. I drank a bottle of water while I was jogging in the morning. And that's it. Perfect. So that's what I want you to use, right? Remember, we need to use these expressions. So, or you can also use too much water, not much water. I ate one apple. I ate some apples. Yeah, well, it's okay. Now we're going to remember this part that we learned yesterday. Si el día de ayer aprendemos esta parte. So it's better if you do like this. If you put like I don't know, a sticky note on your wall and you put many, few, not many. So those are countables, right? Much, little, those are uncountable nouns. And a lot of, you can use with both. Okay? Remember that. And some also, you can use with both. See, a lot of y some podemos usarlo con ambos. Countable nouns, uncountable nouns. But please remember that many is going to be for negative and interrogative sentences. Yes? How many glasses of water did you drink today? How many apples did you eat today? Yes? Few, no, not many, so those are affirmative sentences. Then you have much, one more time, much is for uncountable nouns, so that means that you cannot count, right? Like pasta, like bread. So you're going to use for negative and interrogative sentences. How much bread did you eat today? How much water did you drink today? And then you have little. Remember, please, few and little, the difference. Few, countable, little, uncountable. And then a lot of is going to be used for both. Sí, acuérdense que a lot of lo usamos para ambos. I have a lot of apples. I have a lot of food. I have a lot of water. Okay, so now that we have seen this part, let's practice. Let's see if you can remember. So here we have some questions, some sentences that we need to complete with the correct answer. So we're going to continue with Jose Luis. Jose Luis, what do you think about number one? How much water do you drink? How can we answer much, a lot of, a lot? So, Jose Luis, what do you think will be the correct answer?
Ingeniera, ¿se me escucha?
Yes, now we can listen to you.
Sería, how much water do you drink? Tomar, drink es tomar, ¿no? Sería,
Yes.
much, I love, much.
Okay, much. So let's remember when we're going to use much. We're going to use much for negative sentences and for questions. Okay? I don't have much time. How much homework do you have? Only for negative and questions. So here, what can we say? Yes, you think that much is the correct option? or not?
Much.
Well, no, it's not going to be much, but what do you think about a lot of or a lot? Acuérdese que much no puede ser much porque much lo vamos a usar en oraciones negativas y en preguntas, sino para respuestas positivas.
Entonces sería I love of.
Okay, so today we're going to see the difference between a lot of and a lot. ¿Cuándo usamos a lot of? Cuando es una oración, ¿sí? Como lo hemos visto acá. I have a lot of apples, I have a lot of food, but a lot is going to be at the end of the sentence. ¿Sí? A lot, sin el of, solo va a ir al final de una oración. How much water do you drink? A lot. Because when we use a lot of, we need a complement, right? Cuando tenemos esta preposición, a lot of, necesitamos decir a lot of what? A lot of apples, a lot of food, a lot of water, a lot of what? So here you just have a period, right? Esta es una respuesta corta, simple, que termina en un punto. So we're going to say a lot. Yes?
Entendido, teacher.
Okay, thank you, José Luis, by the way. Let's go with Janet. Yes? Janet, what about number 2? So here we have the word goals. What do you think, Janet? How many, how much, how little?
How many?
Yeah, perfect. Because goals is countable, right? How many goals did they score? Sí, queremos saber cuántos goles metieron. So, how many goals did they score? Acuérdense que score es marcar. Yes, marcar. So, Edson, what about number 3? So, we're talking about cash. You think cash is countable or uncountable? Edson? Okay.
Cash sería. I'm here, teacher.
Okay.
Cash es dinero. ¿Se refiere a dinero?
Yes, dinero en efectivo, cash.
Many, teacher.
Well, cash would be uncountable. Yes, so we're going to say much. Nowadays, we don't use much cash because we use our credit cards, right? Ya no usamos tanto dinero en efectivo, so we use the credit cards. Cash es lo mismo que dinero. Money, those are uncountable. ¿Sí? No podemos contarlo. Cash, money, those are uncountable in English.
Bueno. Está bien.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Edson. Anyway, don't worry, we're learning today. Nady, what about number 4? What do you think about pressure? You think we can count pressure?
A lot of.
Okay, there's a lot of pressure on the players. Okay, we are going to see if it's okay. Sebastian, what about number 5? So pressure, la presión, es incontable, ¿no? Es una idea. So we can say there's much. Well, no, we cannot say much because remember that much is going to be used in negative and question. So the only answer The only possible answer is a lot of. Perfect, Navy. And Sebastian, what do you think for number 5? We have the word months.
Sería a few.
Okay, yes, perfect. Let's remember a little bit. Few is going to be for countables, little for uncountable. Perfect, Sebastian. Now, let's continue with Abigail, please. Abigail, what about number 6? How much milk do you want in your coffee?
A few.
Okay. Let's remember a few. Do you think few is for countables or uncountable?
El otro, little.
Yeah, so here we're going to say only a little. Sí, solo un poco. Only a little. Solo un poco en inglés significa a little and a few, right? The difference is this one is for countable nouns, this one is for uncountable. Okay, let's go. Fernando, please, let's go with number 7.
There were no problems during the festival.
Okay, so let's check. There were no problems during the festival. That's a good one. Perfect. Yeah, because any we're going to use if it's negative, right? There weren't any problems. Perfect, Fernando. What about number 8, Jose Luis? What do you think for number 8? So we're talking about gifts, presents, regalos.
Any.
Okay. Yeah, here we're putting this in negative, so we can use any. Perfect. Janet, what about number 9? How many gifts do you want? None, any, no. Janet, what do you think for number 9? Janet, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So you have this question. How many gifts do you want? How can you say ni uno? No quiero ningún regalo, right? How can you say that? None, any, or no?
None.
Yes, it's going to be none. How many gifts do you want? None. Okay. Any, we need complements, and no, it's not possible to say no. How many gifts do you want? None. Ninguno. Right? And finally, Edson, what about number 10? So here we have vegetables. Edson, can you hear me? Okay.
Hear me, teacher.
So
I
what?
eat, I eat much vegetable.
So
No,
vegetables
esto
are
es much es pregunta y negativa.
yes.
Sería entonces a lot of.
Okay. Yeah, much is for uncountable, right? Here we have vegetables, so that's sorry, much is for uncountable, many is for countable. So many is for vegetables. And it's true. This sentence is positive, so we're going to use a lot of. Okay, let's check your answers. Yeah, that's it. Any questions that you have? Any, I don't know, any question that it was difficult? Any exercise? Algo que no les haya quedado claro. Okay, the only thing that, yes?
Hay una pregunta, teacher, no me acuerdo qué ejercicio era, pero era la que le preguntó a Fernando, no entendía por qué era no. No,
Okay, yes, let's see here. There were no problems. Okay, when are we going to use no? When are we going to use any? Sí, es una buena pregunta. ¿Cuándo vamos a usar no? ¿Cuándo vamos a usar any? Any lo vamos a usar para pregunta y para negativo. But here you see that there were is positive, right? Aquí vemos que there were es una oración positiva. Si fuese negativo sería there weren't. Si ya estuviese aquí en negativo, so there weren't any problems. We can say that. But as this one is positive, we're going to say there were no problems. Okay? Sorry. Okay. Thank you for that question. It was nice. And I think here we can say there were no problems or there weren't any problems. You see? We use none in short answers. We cannot say none. Yeah, none is not possible. None es para decir nada, ninguno. Pero es solamente esa respuesta, no hay ningún complemento. Like in this one, right? How many gifts do you want? None. Ninguno. Okay? We use none in short answers. Okay, so that was it. Let's continue with the book, please. So everybody, please, let's go to page 98. Yes, I think that's the page. Today we're going to talk about food. We're going to continue talking about food, of course, but we're going to focus on different types of food. Yes, different types of food. And right now we're going to discuss about alternatives to wasting food. So I want you please to focus on this picture that we have here. What do you think would be a good title for this? Look at the advertisement. This is an advertisement. What is the message? Buy only organic fruit, buy local fruit, or don't waste food. What do you think will be the message if you look at this advertisement? ¿Qué mensaje cree que esta imagen nos está dando? So this question is for you, Nady. Nady, what do you think? You look this picture. You have fruit, right? Apples, tomato, and orange. Which of these three options will be the message? Buy only organic fruit, buy local fruit, or don't waste food? What do you think?
Buy only organic fruit.
Okay, but what about this drop of water that we have? Esta gota de agua, drop of water. What do you think is the meaning of this? Do you think that fruit is crying? Could be buy only organic fruit. Could be. But here we have this drop of water that I think it means that they are crying. So another option.
Don't what food?
Yes, so today we're going to learn this verb, waste, right? Don't waste food. No desperdicien la comida. Waste, desperdiciar. So the past simple is a regular verb. We're going to say wasted. Yes? So don't waste food, please. Don't waste food. Today we're going to talk about alternative to wasting food. So we're going to do the listening activity. Listen to someone explaining the advertisement, right? This picture that we saw here. So one person is going to explain that. And we need to answer these questions. Why do people throw food away? What kind of food do people throw away most? Let's discuss these questions before listening. Sí, vamos a discutir estas preguntas antes de escuchar. So, Sebastian, why do people throw food away? What do you think? And here we have another verb, throw away. Okay. Sebastian, why do people throw food away? Okay, I'm going to write here the verb, throw away. That means that is botar. Okay. So, Sebastian, why? Why do people throw food away? Any good reason? So let's start with examples. For example, in my house, my family don't throw food away. Yes, in my family, we eat everything. We try not to throw food away. Why? Because if you have, I don't know, if you have vegetables and you have fruit, so it's better to eat them, right? But what happens when they ripe? When they get ripe, so you cannot eat. It's true. So it's better to make a compost, right? That's what my family do. We make our own compost in order not to throw food away. Yeah, because we don't like to throw food away. So what about you, Sebastian? Do you throw food away or no?
No, teacher.
Okay. So why do you think people throw food away? ¿Cuál puede ser una razón para que las personas boten la comida?
Podría ser cuando está en mal estado.
Yes, that's true. When they are ripe, right? So you cannot eat it, right? Yes. So why do people throw food away? Because they are in a bad state. They get ripe quickly. Some people throw food away because they don't like. That's too much sad, but it's true that happened. And the next question, Abigail, what kind of food do people throw away most? What do you think, Abigail? What kind of food? Vegetables, fruit, fast food, I don't know, milk, cereals. What kind of food do people throw away most?
Fruit, teacher.
Pardon?
Fruit.
Okay. Yeah, that could be a good reason. So in Santa Cruz, we have a lot of trees. We have plenty of fruit. So it could be. When you walk on the street and you see the mangoes that they are on the floor. So yes, what kind of food do people throw away most? Fruit. Now, let's listen. Let's do the listening. Listen again and complete the extras. So first of all, we're going to listen and we're going to try to answer these two questions. ¿Sí? Solamente quiero que se enfoquen en las dos primeras preguntas. Primero escuchamos y respondemos estas dos preguntas. So let's do it. Let me check if I'm sharing the audio. Okay, so everybody please pay attention.
Transcript 9.2, page 98. Exercise 3.
It's sad but true. Every year, we throw out 1/3 of the food we buy. That's 6.7 million tons of food in the UK. Fruit and vegetables are 40% of this. The top 5 fruit and vegetables that go into the trash can are apples, potatoes, bananas, tomatoes, and oranges. But why do we waste so much food? The reason is simple. We buy too much food. We don't use it all, and then we throw it away. For example, lots of people forget to put food in the refrigerator in the summer. Obviously, if you put fresh fruit and vegetables in the refrigerator, they stay fresh longer, and you don't need to throw them out.
Okay, so what was the reason? Let me check who is going to answer that. Fernando. So why do people throw food away?
Mm,
You remember what she said? What happened in summer? Has to be something with summer.
creo que era.
So why do people throw food away? It's simple.
Creo que era por lo que le sobraba además.
Okay. Yeah, it's because people buy a lot of food, right? Es una de las razones más simples. Porque las personas botan comida porque compran demasiado. So people buy too much food. And when it's summer, they forget to put food in the refrigerator, right? So of course, fruit, vegetables, they are going to get ripe. So they are going to be wasted. Yes? That's the simple answer.
Sí, se colocaba igual en el refrigerador para que aguante más en el verano la fruta y la verdura.
Yes, that's it, right? But there are some people that buy and forget to put food in the refrigerator. So, yes, it makes sense, but some people are lazy. Now, let's listen one more time and complete the extracts. Yes, it's sad, but and we're going to listen how millions tons of food are wasted. Yes, fruit and vegetables are how many of percentage of this? Let's listen one more time.
Transcript 9.2, page 98. Exercise 3.
It's sad but true. Every year, we throw out 1/3 of the food we buy. That's 6.7 million tons of food in the UK. Fruit and vegetables are 40% of this. The top 5 fruit and vegetables that go into the trash can are apples, potatoes, bananas, tomatoes, and oranges. But why do we waste so much food? The reason is simple. We buy too much food. We don't use it all, and then we throw it away. For example, lots of people forget to put food in the refrigerator in the summer. Obviously, if you put fresh fruit and vegetables in the refrigerator, they stay fresh longer, and you don't need to throw them out.
Okay, so this is the second time we're listening. I hope that it's easier. So we were with Jose Luis. Jose Luis, can you answer number 1 and number 2? What do you have for number 1 and number 2?
¿Voy a repetir el audio, teacher? Es que le escuché entrecortado.
Okay, we're going to... But number 1 is simple. And number 2, so you need to listen for a big number. So pay attention with number 2. It's a big number because it's million tons, right? Okay, let's listen to that part.
Transcript 9.2, page 98. Exercise 3.
It's sad but true. Every year, we throw out 1/3 of the food we buy. That's 6.7 million tons of food in the UK. Fruit and vegetables are 4.
Okay. So, Jose Luis, what do you have?
Lo que sería ahí, teacher, sería 6,7 millions.
Okay, it's something with 6, but...
By, ¿no? Sí, by.
No, but it's more. What about number 1? You managed to listen, it's sad, but...
El number one. El number one es un tercio.
No. It's sad, como decimos, es triste, pero es cierto.
Triste. Trunch.
True, right? It's sad, but true. So that's, yeah, it's correct. It's a third of population. Es un tercio de la población. But I want you to hear some numbers. So let's listen one more time to this part. Yes, Jose Luis? Pay attention to the numbers. Let's go for it.
We throw out 1/3 of the food we buy. That's 6.7 million tons of food in the UK. Fruit and veg.
Okay, so what do you have? It's okay, number 6, but 0.6 point.
Ajá. By 6,7.
Okay, 6.7. Yes? That's it. Thank you so much, Jose Luis. So that's it, right? That's 6.7 million tons of food. It's sad, but true. Right? Un tercio, ¿cuánto es un tercio? It's 6.7 million tons of food. Tons, toneladas. So you are the engineers. How many tons is is it? More or less. Okay, you're going to take that later. First of all, let's continue. Janet, please, what about number 3 and number 4? So fruit and vegetables are... You managed to listen the percentage?
%4 of this.
Okay, so we're going to see if it's only 4. And for number 4, what do you have? What are the top 5 fruits and vegetables that go into the garbage?
Are apple,
Okay.
potatoes, banana, tomatoes. Teacher, eso último no lo pude anotar.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to listen one more time to number 3 and number 4. Garbage is basura. So I'm going to paint it. Now let's listen one more time.
Vegetables are 40% of this. The top...
Okay, we're going to go a little back. It's 4 or 40 or 14. What do you listen? Let's listen one more time.
6.7 million tons of food in the UK. Fruit and vegetables are 40% of this. The top 5 fruit and vegetables that go into the trash can are apples, potatoes, bananas, tomatoes, and oranges.
Okay. So what was the last fruit?
Orange.
Yes, and oranges. Oranges. Yes, in plural. So was it 4, 14, or 40?
40.
40. Yes. Remember, we're talking about 6.7 million tons of food that are wasted. Sí, estamos hablando de esta cantidad de comida que es desperdiciada. And fruit and vegetables are 40% of this number, right? They go directly into the garbage. Okay, thank you. Let's go with you, Edson. Edson, what about number 5, 6, and 7? So let's finish this. We buy...
Teacher, ¿podría repetirle el audio, por favor? Eso.
Okay, let's listen one more time. Number 5, 6, and 7. Give me a second. Yes.
Tomatoes and oranges. But why do we waste so much food? The reason is simple. We buy too much food. We don't use it all, and then we throw it away. For example, lots of people forget to put food in the refrigerator in the summer. Obviously, if you put fresh fruit and vegetables in the refrigerator, they stay fresh longer, and you don't need to throw them out.
Okay. So, Edson, what do you have?
We buy too much.
Okay. What about number 6?
Number 6. In the summer, refrigerator.
Yes.
Aquí eran frutas y vegetales, vegetables.
If you put fresh fruit and vegetables in the refrigerator, they stay fresh for longer, right? That's obvious. Okay, and that's it. Yes. So any difficult words here? I don't think so, right? No difficult words. Only garbage, that is basurero. Okay, that's true and sad. Yes. So if we come back to this page, we're going to see this picture. So all of this is what an average family waste. ¿Sí? Es por eso que este libro pone en la unidad nueva esta imagen. Because this is all the amount of food that an average family is going to throw away. Because we tend to buy a lot of food. So here you see cereal, bread, vegetables, right? Oranges, bananas, apples, eggs, why not? So that's all the food that we throw away. Now, if we come back, now we're going to discuss some questions. Do you think the facts you heard are true for your country? Well, these facts that we heard are for the United Kingdom, yes? This is only for England, UK. But what about Bolivia? Do you think the facts you heard are true for Bolivia? Why not? What can we do to waste less food? Think of at least 3 ideas, yes? Now, let's start thinking about this. Do you think the facts you heard are true for Bolivia? Why not? And what can we do to waste less food? ¿Sí? ¿Qué podemos hacer para desperdiciar menos comida? Think of at least 3 ideas. Now, Samara, now that you are here, can you give me one idea? What can you do in order to waste less food? Okay, so let's remember all of this, right? Exercise number 4, all of this information, it's only from England. Sí, es solamente de Inglaterra toda esta información. So what about in Bolivia? Do you think it happens the same? Do you think the facts that 6.7 million tons of food are thrown away is the same for Bolivia? Why not? So, Samara, you have any idea? Okay, probably no idea. So, Edson, can you help Samara? What do you think about this question?
Yo creo que sí, teacher. De igual manera pasa aquí en Bolivia.
Okay, so you think that we throw away bananas, apples, potatoes, tomatoes, and oranges to the garbage? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
But do you think that in Bolivia we create 6.7 million tons of food?
¿Me podría repetir? No le entendí muy bien.
Okay. Do you think this amount of food, 6.7 million tons of food, is it the same amount in Bolivia?
La cantidad esa no sé si sea esa, si es cierto. Yo creo que quizás distinto.
Okay. Yeah, so it can be different, right? Do you think the facts you
Yes.
heard are true? Thank you so much, Edson. So, yes. First of all, you say that yes, I think it's the same. But I think the numbers, right? Or I think the amount is different. Or we can say here, I think it happens the same in Bolivia. But I think the amount is different, right? Okay. What about ideas to waste less food? Now we're going to listen to Jose Luis. Jose Luis, what can we do to waste less food? What can we do? Ideas to waste less food. So, Jose Luis, I want you to think in one idea, Sebastian in one idea, and Abigail in another one. Yes? And we're going to see here. But I mean, all of you, I want you to think about ideas, and we're going to see if they are similar or different. Okay, Jose Luis.
Sería cuando sobra comida o cuando compra mucho, así como dijo Fernando.
Okay. ¿Qué dijo Fernando?
Lo que dijo es que cuando compra mucho, ¿no? Cuando compra mucha comida y ahí es donde se desperdicia la comida, digamos, cuando sobra, ¿no? Creo que dijo eso, ¿no?
Entonces una idea sería, aquí necesitamos juntar ideas para desperdiciar menos comida. Sí, entonces la idea sería...
No comprar mucho,
Okay.
Comprar
Buy the necessary, right? Buy the necessary amount of food. Yes? Or you can say not to buy too much food. Not to buy too much food. Yes, it's important to buy the necessary amount of food, right? Don't exceed, don't buy too much. Okay, thank you, Jose Luis. Sebastian, another idea? What else can we make in order to waste less food? What else?
Refrigerar la teacher.
Okay. Put food in the refrigerator. So we're going to say here, put food in the refrigerator. And Abigail, another idea?
Eating and sharing food.
Pardon? Eating and...
Sharing food.
Can you spell that word?
And SSH A-R-E, like. No.
Yes?
Compartiendo, decía.
Eating and sharing food.
Es,
Okay, why not? So you can cook for your neighbors and you can share food. If you have a lot of bananas, you can donate the bananas to your neighbors, right? If you have a lot of papayas, I don't know. In Santa Cruz, it happens that we have a lot of fruit. We have a lot of mangoes, bananas, papayas. So you can give that fruit to your neighbors, right? You can share food. Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, so now let's do this activity. Here we have 4 different ideas in order what to do in order to waste less food. And here you have the pictures. So I want you to read these ideas and tell me which could be the perfect picture. So let's go with you, Nady. Nady, can you read number 1 and can you tell me which picture will be the correct one? Yes, first of all, let's read now the advices. Nady, are you there? Okay, I'm going to read the first advice and you're going to tell me the picture. So, don't cook too much food. Think about measurements. Yes, it's important to think about measurements. For example, 120 grams of pasta per person. That's enough. No more. Don't cook 1 kilogram of pasta for 2 people, right? That would be a lot of pasta. So think about measurements. So Nady, which could be that picture? Could be picture A, picture B, C, or D. What do you think?
Picture C, teacher.
Yes, that will be picture C, right? If you see here, you have a balance, so we are measuring the pasta. That will be picture C. Okay, Fernando, let's go with number 2. Can you read the second advice?
Okay. Don't buy too much food. Look at the sell-by date on food and plan your shopping.
Yes. So what do you
picture,
think? Yes.
The picture D.
Yeah, that would be picture D, right? So pay attention to the sell-by date. What's sell-by date? I'm going to highlight that word. Look at the sell-by date. If you look at picture D, as Fernando said, you have to pay attention to this, right? Best before end, July 2012. So pay attention to the sell-by date and plan your shopping. So don't exceed. Thank you, Fernando. That would be picture D. What about picture number 3? Let's listen to who didn't participate. Yes, Janet. Janet, can you help me with number 3?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect. So we have here a new word, leftover. Use leftovers, the food you leave on your plate at the end of a meal, for the next meal. Use vegetables to make food or fruit to make juice. Which picture will be that?
Picture B.
Okay, so here we have, right, the leftovers, and we're going to make a next meal. Yes, that's going to be. So, what is leftovers? Here you have the explanation. Si todo lo que está entre paréntesis es lo que significa leftover. The food you leave on your plate at the end of a meal, right? En otras palabras, son las sobras. So, use the leftovers for the next meal. Use vegetables to make soups or fruit to make juice. And that's picture B. So the last advice, it's going to be cook once, eat twice. Eat twice, right? And that's going to be picture A. So it's better to cook once. Sí, es mejor cocinar solamente una vez. And eat twice. So in that way, you are going to take advantage of what you cook. Okay, well done. So yes, these are advices for you, how you put in practice. Yes. Estas cuatro son indicaciones, no, avisos, recomendaciones. Yes, that's going to be. Son recomendaciones para ustedes. In order how to waste, don't waste food, right? And those are the new words that we have learned. Sell by date, leftover. Now, here we have some opinions. Read the opinions and match them to the advice. And here we have the advices, right? So, people here, they are in a forum and they are looking for opinions. They are looking for advices. And we're going to give them some advices. But first of all, I want you to read these opinions. So, Edson, please, can you read letter A? Can you read this? What is this girl asking? Or what is she saying?
Okay. I don't like throwing food away. I try to measure food careful and never cook more than I need.
Perfect. Okay, so probably measure. Yes, we're going to practice that. Measure. So, Edson, which picture do you think is she referring? She's talking about. I don't like throwing food away. I try to measure food carefully and never cook more than I need. Which picture or which advice would be?
Image D.
Okay, so best before end. What about this phrase that she says? I try to measure. What would be that picture? Si hablamos de measure, measurements. Think
¿Qué
about
era
measurement.
measure, teacher?
If you look at picture C, right? Here we're measuring. For example, 120 grams of pasta per person. Because 1 kilogram for 2 people will be too much pasta, right? So we're going to think about measurements. What is measurements? So 50 grams of meat for this person. 50 grams of meat for this person. Por ejemplo, cuando hacemos parrillada, siempre pensamos en cuántas personas van a haber, cuántos gramos de carne van a comer cada persona, right? So those are measurements.
Yes, yes. Picture sí sería entonces, ¿no, teacher? Creo que es
Yes.
medir, dijo, ¿no?
Mm-hmm. I try to measure food carefully and never cook more than I need. So I never cook more than I need. Yes, that would be don't cook too much food. Think about measurements, right? So we're going to write here. That will be picture C. Now, Samara, are you there? Samara, can you read the second person? Letter B.
Sería ¿leo lo que está mostrando usted o el punto 7?
Pardon, yes. The second person from exercise 7.
I love inventing new ways of using leftovers. I use them to make a sauce or put them in a sandwich.
Okay. Here, can you repeat this word? Leftover? Leftovers?
Leftover.
So which picture would be? I use leftovers to make a sauce or put them in a sandwich. Samara?
Letter A.
Yeah, so you see here that we have vegetables and probably the person is making a sauce, right? Sí, tal vez la persona está preparando una salsa. So I use the leftovers to make a sauce or put it in a sandwich. Yes, that's going to be picture A. So Sebastian, shall we continue with the third person, that it's a man? Can you read the third opinion?
Okay, teacher. When I cook, always make enough for 2 meals. That way, I don't have to cook the next day.
Yes. So what's going to be that? When I cook, I always make enough for 2 meals, right? In that way, I don't have to cook the next day. So if you don't have to cook the next day, which picture could be?
Picture B.
Yes, probably this person makes some lunch yesterday, right? So in that way, she ate yesterday and today. So that advice was cook once, eat twice. ¿Sí? ¿Se acuerdan de ese consejo? Cook once, eat twice. So I always make enough for 2 meals. That way I don't have to cook the next day. Yes, that's going to be picture B. And shall we finish with the last person? So Abigail, can you read what about this person?
Okay, teacher. I always buy more than I need. Going to the supermarket is a temptation. I try to make a list and stick to it.
Mm-hmm. So that would be picture. I always buy more than I need. Going to the supermarket is a temptation. I try to make a list and I stick to it. So if we're talking about supermarket, which picture could be?
Picture D.
Yes, it's going to be picture D. Here you have a new verb, and you have the verb stick to it, right? What's the meaning of stick to it? That means that you are going to follow that. Don't pay attention to anything, but follow that. So when he goes to the supermarket, it's a temptation, right? It's difficult for him going to the supermarket because he wants to buy everything. So in that way, he makes a list and he sticks to it. So he pays attention to the list and don't look anything else. How you understand stick to it? We're going to say stick to something. A synonym could be follow. Yes. Pero ¿en qué sentido? En el sentido de que va a seguir al pie de la letra eso. No va a prestar atención a nada más. I try to make a list and stick to it. ¿Sí? Me hago una lista y sigo la lista. No presto atención a nada más. I don't buy chocolates, don't buy snacks, don't buy chips or sodas, but I stick to the list. Okay, so please, what do you do when you learn new vocabulary? Because I know that you have here a lot of vocabulary, right? Sell by date, leftover, then you have measure, stick to it. So it's better if you create a note or you have a notebook. In that way you write the new words. So we're going to continue paying attention to leftovers, right? You remember this word? Leftovers. Here we have a lot of leftovers, pasta leftover, bread leftover, pizza. Yeah, plenty of people forget about pizza and it's a leftover. So match the photos to the food items. Do you usually eat each item or throw it away? What do you usually do with these items? But first of all, let's match them. For example, a piece of old pizza, that will be this picture, right? Picture D. A piece of old pizza. What about a very ripe banana, leftover spaghetti, some dried bread, breakfast cereal, past its sell by date? What do you do with cereal that is sell by date? So let's match this quickly. And for this, Fernando, can you help me to do this quickly? We need to match these phrases with these pictures.
Digo que tengo que señalar
Yes.
¿cómo se llama?
You match the photos with these pictures. Pardon, you match these 5 phrases that you have here with these 5 pictures.
Okay. A piece of old pizza, the picture D.
D, okay.
A very ripe banana, is the picture B.
Of course.
Leftover spaghetti is the picture A.
Yes.
And some dry bread, the picture E.
Mm-hmm.
And finish breakfast cereal past its sell by date, the picture C.
Okay. Yes, that's it, right? So here you have some bread, some dry bread, a very ripe banana. We're going to learn some vocabulary with banana. And let me look for that picture. Where is it? Okay, here is it. Banana vocabulary, we have unripe, we have ripe, overripe, and banana split. But this doesn't make sense, but unripe, ripe, and overripe. Okay? This is new for you. So how you understand unripe? How can you say that in Spanish? Unripe banana. How do we say when it's not the time to eat, right? It's unripe. Overripe, very ripe is the same, because here you have a very ripe banana, right? And you look at the picture, that's a very ripe banana. Okay, we're going to do this pronunciation, but I want to see if we have some exercises for this. Well, this is vocabulary, right? So pay attention, please, to vocabulary. Do you usually eat each item or throw it away? What do you do when you have a piece of old pizza, a breakfast cereal past by date? What about pasta left over? What do you usually do? Do you throw them away? Or, I don't know, other options? For example, with dry bread. Let's make this question to Nady. Nady, what does your family or what do you do when you have some dry bread? Do you throw it away or do you put it in the oven and eat it?
Eat it, teacher.
Okay, so you don't throw it away. Yes, I know in Bolivia we have the tradition, or I don't know, in order not to waste too much food, right? We really appreciate food. So let's pay attention to this vocabulary that we have here in this part, talking about food. Well, here we have convenience food, fast food, frozen food, fresh food, canned food. So we're going to see what's the meaning of canned. Canned food, for example, beans, right? I'm going to show you a picture of can. Let's go to the beginning of the unit. This part. Here we have some cans in this part here. We have champignon can, tomato can, asparagus can, carrots can. So what's the meaning of can? What is it, a can? And here we have tuna can. Yes? This is tuna can. So what is a can? What's the meaning of can? No? Nobody? So here I have a new expression for you. A can of Coke, you can say. A can of tuna. Or you can say canned food. What's the difference? So here is una lata and here is comida enlatada, right? So that's the difference. Here is the adjective, here is the noun. Acá tenemos el sustantivo, una lata de coca, una lata de atún, una lata de espárragos, una lata de choclo. And here you have the adjective, canned food, comida enlatada. Any other word that is difficult for you? Fast food? I don't think. Frozen food? So you already know what is frozen. You remember the weather? When it's cold, when it's hot, when it's frozen. Yes. It's -2 degrees. Fresh food, you know. Convenience food. So convenience, I think for this you have some problems. So convenience food will be cook that is easy to make, but it's also healthy. Yes, it's not like fast food, but it's good for you. So let's see. You have hamburger, french fries, fish, fruit, ice cream, peas, pizza, pre-cooked meals, salad, sandwich, vegetables. I want you to tell me in which group you are going to put each of them. And we're going to start with you, Sebastian. So, Sebastian, what do you have for fast food? Which of these food are you going to put in each category? Well, in fast food category. Sebastian, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Sorry. Okay. So fast food. Examples of fast food.
Hamburger,
Yes, perfect. Something else?
French fries, pizza,
Okay. Yes. And what do you think about sandwich? Do you think sandwich will be fast food or not? Well, what's the difference between a hamburger and sandwich? Okay, here you have hamburger, French fries, and pizza. So let's continue with Samara. Samara, what about frozen food? If you have here frozen food, where are you going to put that?
Ice cream?
Yes, of course. It's ice cream. Something else?
Creo que no, teacher.
What do you think about pre-cooked meals? Do you understand the meaning of pre-cooked meals? Well, you know the word cook, right? Cocinados. So pre-cook.
¿Sería comida precocinada?
Yes, los alimentos precocidos. So do you think we need to froze them or not?
Yes.
Yes, right? We need to put them in the refrigerator, in the fridge. So pre-cooked meal. What about fresh food? Edson, what do you have for fresh food? Let's finish this part. Yes? So fresh food, for example, beans, that's fresh food because those are vegetables. Another fresh food? Are you there or not? Well, I think probably you have problems. So, Janet, can you help Edson? Jose Luis, you didn't practice. Jose Luis, can you tell me about canned food? And Janet, what do you think about fresh food?
Salad.
Perfect. Yeah. Something else?
Fruit.
Yeah, well, obviously. Salad, fruit.
Fish.
Okay. You remember the meaning of peas? What are peas? ¿Se acuerda qué significa peas? Well, they are small green balls. Very tiny, tiny, small green balls.
¿Guisanta?
Yes, but in Bolivia we know them as arvejas, right? So we're going to put here peas. And Jose Luis, what do you have for canned food? So a can es una lata, canned food, comida enlatada. So we have beans, right? Something else that can go in a can?
Carne de beans.
Can significa enlatada, comida enlatada. Por ejemplo, los frijoles vienen en latas, ¿no? ¿Algo
Sí.
más que venga en lata?
Lo que viene en lata sería la arveja.
Yes.
Sería,
Peas. Well, yes, that's the only option. Some vegetables, right? Some vegetables like carrots, like peas, like what else? Well, tuna, we also have tuna. And vegetables. We also have pineapple, right? And the last one, convenience food. What about with that group, with that category? What can we put in that category? Which will be convenience food? So, Abigail, let's finish that category with you. Convenience food is going to be food that is quickly to make and healthy. So, good for you. It's good for you.
Eggs and tomatoes.
Okay, tomatoes. So, tomatoes is in vegetables group, right? So we're going to put there vegetables. What else?
Fresh fruits.
French fries. Okay, you think that's healthy for you? French fries?
Yes.
Well, it depends if you are going to make your own French fries or you are going to buy pre-cooked French fries. Sí, son las papas fritas. So I wouldn't put that as a convenience food because it's not that healthy. But yeah, vegetables, fruit, salad, sandwich, right? Sandwich will be a very good example because you normally put salad, some chicken, and it's easy to make, and it's healthy. Sí, normalmente los sándwiches son de pollo con una ensalada, con una lonja de lechuga, right? So that's very convenient. It's quickly, and it's easy, and it's healthy for you. Okay, this part is going to be your homework, but please, I want you to think about the questions. Yes, here you have important questions to answer. First of all, you need to complete here verbs, right? Here we only have verbs. Aquí en este grupo acá solamente tenemos verbos. So I need you to use only vowels to complete the verbs. So vowels, we need A, E, I, O, U. ¿Sí? Solamente necesitan utilizar las 5 vocales para completar estos verbos. For example, here will be buy, right? B-U-Y, buy. And what about the other verbs? So once you have the verbs, you need to complete the equation with the correct verb. Complete the questions with the verbs. For example, do you ever take out food to eat at home? So here, do you ever buy takeout food? What's the meaning of takeout food? So I'm going to highlight that one. Do you ever buy takeout food? Es comida cuando usted va al restaurante, pide una comida, pero no come en el restaurante. So you take the food out of the restaurant in order to go home and eat. Be careful because it's different from delivery. Sí, es muy distinto delivery, porque usted personalmente va a ir al restaurante. Usted va al restaurante, compra, recibe su comida y de ahí se va a su casa. No lo come en el restaurante. So that's takeout food. You go to the restaurant, you take your food out of the restaurant and you eat at home. Okay? Do you ever buy takeout food to eat at home? What kind of food do you buy? So I want you please to answer that question. Vamos a ver si se entendió la tarea. Sebastian, can you explain me the homework? What do you have to do here? In exercise.
Teacher, hay que completar este inciso B con su respectivo verbo.
Okay. Yes, so in exercise 2A, en el ejercicio 2A, tienen los verbos. ¿Sí? Primero tienen que completar los verbos con las vocales. Por ejemplo, el primero es buy, right? B-U-Y. And the first question, you are going to use that verb. Do you ever buy? What kind of food do you buy? Yes? That's it. What I care most is the answer. Lo que a mí más me va a importar es sus respuestas. So please try to make complete answers, yes? At least 2 sentences. Traten de escribir por lo menos 2 oraciones para cada pregunta. Do you ever buy takeout food to eat at home? Yes or no? Yes, I do. No, I don't. If yes, what kind of food do you buy? Well, I normally buy Sakura chicken, or I sometimes buy, I don't know, Burger King hamburgers to eat at home. Why? Because it's simple and I prefer to eat at home and watch some movies, right? So please think about your answers. You have 4 questions to develop. Sí, quiero que piensen muy bien en sus preguntas. Tienen 4 preguntas. Sí, tienen 4 preguntas para desarrollarlas. Okay, and tomorrow we're going to do this part of pronunciation, and that's it. So we're going to stop here. Thank you, Sebastian, for telling me. Remember that tomorrow is the presentation of the workbook, unit number 8. Yes, so I think some of you have some problems to upload it. If you have some problems to upload it at the Richmond platform, so you can send me your PDF at my WhatsApp group. Pardon, not to the group, but to my WhatsApp number. Okay? Yes, that will be all. So we're about to finish unit number 9. So please start doing unit number 9, right? In that way, you present it. And don't forget to do the Richmond platform too. In Richmond platform, you have to do unit number 8. You have also until tomorrow. And that's it. So we're going to stop the class here. See you tomorrow. Have a nice afternoon. Think about your food. Just remember to think what you eat and try not to waste a lot of food. That's it. So goodbye, everybody, and take care.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye-bye, José Luis.
Goodbye, miss.